Yeah, it's time for Ben to pull back the curtain on how he spends some of his money.
This is the tip that a lot of gamblers give you, and I'll give you the same one. Don't spend any money that you don't have and you're not willing to lose. Only gamble what you can afford to lose. I thought you were going to come in with a little Elton John, little Benny and the Bets right there. That's what I thought you were going to do, Curtis.
That's the segment, but Benny and the Bets.
But Kurt's getting serious because he's serious about these two football games and picking losers. Kurt likes picking losers. I like picking winners.
Yeah, see, that's why I want with you've got another thing coming.
Another thing coming. There you go.
The games tonight, Notre Dame versus Penn State. That one at 7:30 tonight. This one going to be played in Miami. It is an outdoor situation. However, weather should be nice. Weather should be very favorable for both teams. But what do we got? Right now, we're looking at a 1.5 spread, which basically in gambling world is a pick-em between Notre Dame and Penn State. But I'm looking at the undies right now, not only the unders in a lot of these prop bets, but also the game bet, but also the undies of it's only going to be 50 degrees out there. I know it's Penn State and Notre Dame, but it's still going to be a little bit chilly. It's not like Miami is 100 degrees right now, so just keep that in mind when you're making your plays tonight. But, Dibs, I'm also the king of the tease. I love to tease. Now, for those who don't know what teasing is, you may have heard this in the gambling world a lot. I think, Dibs, you've asked me about every time you hear this word, like, what the hell? How can you buy a point? Where you go to a guy and just like, hey, I want to buy a point. Like, there's no point guy that's selling points like hot dogs on a hot dog stand over there in the corner of the book. No, what you do is you basically get some options. So right now, the under or the over and under is 44.5. Now, Dibs, I am feeling under today. I'm feeling a little low score between Penn State and Notre Dame. I'm feeling
good defense.
Good defenses, plus the quarterbacks aren't known to really light it up. They don't have dynamite receivers like you'll see in Friday's game with Texas and Ohio State. I'm not sold on this Riley Leonard as a passer, and I don't know about this Alver. I don't know about Penn State's quarterback whatsoever. I'm picking under, but I'm still a little iffy on the under. 44.5. That's like the porridge that Goldilocks chose, Dibs. That is the perfect middle number, as in, I don't know if it's going to be a high-scoring game or a low-scoring game. So, king of teases, yours truly, I'm going to tease that sucker all the way up, Dibs, to 50.5. I know, Kurt's giving me that look, like 50.5.
What's that going to cost you?
Right now, that is sitting at a minus 200. Now, I went to our book up north a couple blocks at the XL Center. That's
right.
Where I'm going. That's where I'm getting these numbers from. Fanatic Sportsbook, CT Lottery. That's where we're getting these numbers from. 50.5 will get you at minus 200. All right? Minus 100 is 50-50. That's you spend $1 to make $1, right? Minus 200, you spend $1 to make 50 cents. Okay, that's not juicy enough. I'm seeing the look in your eye, Kurt. You want more juice. We need to pump that up. Well, did you hear me saying that I wasn't sold on Riley Leonard being a passer?
True.
But I am sold on this kid running the football. Here's another thing about this game, Kurt, Dibs. Love. Love is the question. All you need is love, right? Kurt always likes to play that song. Love. Jeremiah Love is hurt, kinda. His knee's been banged up since they played USC, Notre Dame USC, a few weeks ago. Actually, there you go. That's what I thought you were going to be ready for. So, now that you got that in, so now Love has actually been hurt pretty much all season. He's had kind of a Paige Becker sprained knee situation that he's been playing with. He only got 13 carries in their last game against Georgia. Riley Leonard, however, a lot of people look at this kid, you guys included, me included, when he came to UConn against Duke when he was here. This is what we saw. 3-step pocket passer. This guy doesn't like to move, right? Au contraire, mon frères. He had a game running the football against Georgia. Why? Is it the game plan? Is it Love's hurt? I don't know. I think it was a necessity thing. I think that Penn State is going to be more afraid of the running backs in the running game than they will be Riley Leonard. So I got to juice up that under for Kurt. I'm giving Riley Leonard a rushing touchdown, Kurt. Along with that under, a little 2-team parlay gets you at plus 205. That is triple your money or basically double your money. You spend 10, you win 30. Spend 100, you win 300, stuff like that. That's one of my plays for tonight, Dibs. Actual ticket. I will show the camera. We're putting this on YouTube. Alex in the studio running the actual ticket. I don't try to fool the people, Rob, Kurt. I give them the real stuff. I don't give them one thing and then go do the other. I'm telling you exactly what I'm going to do tonight in this football game. Now, I did mention the quarterback from Penn State being bad. I just got a hunch he's going to be good tonight. Just good enough, Kurt.
I don't know if he's bad, dude. He's thrown for 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 picks.
I'm glad you noticed that, Dibs, because that's exactly the stat that I looked at before I went to the book today, and I'm picking Drew Aller over just 150 yards. His over and under is right around 160, 170. King of teases here. I'm teasing that sucker down to 150 yards. That's minus 260 today. I also think Riley Leonard will be under his actual posted total. Riley Leonard is set for 160 and a half. I'm going to go under that, Dibs, along with a Drew Aller 150 plus. And I think that the backup rusher for Notre Dame, Mr. Price, is going to have a day as well. So I'm going to put him on that ticket. That comes out to plus 295, Kurt. That's almost a 3-time payout right there. Again, there's the ticket for the people. That is what I'm doing tonight. So those are my plays for tonight, Dibs. I like the under. If you want to play it straight up, it's 44.5. I would like to tease that up because it scares me a little bit, but I do like the under. Plus, I like Riley Leonard for a rushing touchdown. I like the Penn State quarterback to throw for more, the Notre Dame quarterback to throw for less. Those are my plays tonight. Here's another big part of this football game for those watching. His name, the number one possible pick in the draft, Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter has been penciled in as the number one. Not Shedeur Sanders, not Travis Hunter. Now, if you look at Mel Kiper's initial big board of the day today, because it's going to change like 20 times.
Sure.
He has Travis Hunter number one, Abdul Carter number two. Abdul Carter, another one of these Micah Parsons, another one of these LeVar Arrington.
Guy's awesome.
Another one of these Penn State linebackers that is Mr. World. The guy is awesome. Oh, pump the brakes, you guys.
What?
He got hurt a little bit taking on Ashton Gente of Boise State. He's banged up. So when you look at these teams, you're thinking, okay, the injuries, the top running back hurt knee. Oh, that favors Penn State. But the top linebacker, he's hurt as well. So I don't know if that cancels out or not tonight. Abdul Carter, as I said, number one pick, a little banged up. Question marks whether or not he's going to play. I think he plays. I think he wants some film. I think he wants to be the number one pick. And I think beating Notre Dame tonight in a great performance from that linebacker from Penn State would definitely do the job.
That miserable little bag of filth.
Easy, cute. Easy, cutie, Kurt. He is not. He is a good dude, and we'll see if he plays tonight. Tomorrow, there's still plenty of time to put more tickets in, but just for the sake of the segment, I did drop some coin on tomorrow's game so we could talk about it a little bit today. I don't know, Dibs, what do you think? +6 right now. Texas getting points against Ohio State. What are you thinking on that one?
Well, I definitely think Ohio State should be favored. I think they're the better team.
I do too.
I think they're going to win the football game.
I do too. But +6 in a semis in Texas? Listen,
yeah.
Texas has got some players. Texas a little banged up, a little double overtime, a little tough to win situation last week. Survive and advance. So King of Teases here. +6 might be right there. I'm going to tease that sucker up to +7.5, and I'm going to take the Longhorns, not to win, but to cover for at least a touchdown or less. I do think these games will be close. I think the one thing the NCAA wants, or really College Football Playoff Committee wants, or TV, who's got this, ESPN, the one thing they want are close games, no blowouts, people tuned in all the way until the final whistle. So I'm going to play on that. +7.5 tees, -160, Kurt. And I know that look. That look is I need more juice. I like the running back of Ohio State. Trey Henderson.
I like their wide receivers, too. I think they got a lot of NFL guys now.
I agree, Dibs. But the one thing that you would be worried about is exactly what you're talking about if you're Texas. Now, what was Texas's weak spot last week? Scatterboo.
Yep.
Scatterboo tore him up. And, yes, Ohio State, if you watch that film and you're a Texas defensive coordinator, you are worried about the outside sidelines. Those wide receivers are great. I think Will Howard's the best quarterback in the country, the Ohio State quarterback. I still do. I think he's going to be tough to stop. Now, if I was trying to defend that, I might be playing cover 2. I might be dropping 2 safeties. I might be forgetting all about that Trey Henderson. I'm going 50+ for the Ohio State running back and 7.5+ for Texas for a 2-team parlay, Dibs. That gets me at plus 225. So all my bets right there, plus 200 or so, and not that outlandish everything that's possibly could happen. But in the world of Kurt, in the world of me, if I was right all the time, I wouldn't be sitting here.
Yeah. I mean, but listen, in that Arizona State game, Texas scored 15 points in overtime. So I don't think they're going to light it up against Ohio State a lot like Oregon didn't. Ohio State had 34 points in the first half.
Yeah,
against Oregon. They blew them out and then took their foot off the gas.
Well, the one thing I look at, too, in these matchups are the coaches. And I really do tip my cap to that Freeman guy and that fast one he pulled on the punt team situation against Kirby. Not so smart. And it totally got them to bite, got a substitute infraction, got a penalty, got a first down. It was great stuff from Marcus Freeman. Franklin's got to prove himself in big games. He doesn't got Michigan. He doesn't got Ohio State, but this one's just as big, if not bigger, and I'm not going to believe it until I see it. He can prove a lot of people wrong with the win against Notre Dame and going to a national title. On the other side, Sarkisian's set, man. He's set. He's not going anywhere.
No.
He's got a choice between either Quinn Ewers or Arch Manning next year at quarterback. Like, this guy's got people falling over him like Dion does to come to his school to play for his team. Ryan Day? This might be a win or find a new spot to live. Like, the pressure is on the Ohio State coach more than anyone else in this Final Four to get wins and to get a national championship to possibly save his job, which is crazy.
Yeah, but he scored 83 points against Oregon and Tennessee.
Yeah.
His offense is clicking, man. So Texas is going to have to play some monster defense to win the game.
And their big blemish, I mean, they had, that 12 men on the field situation against Oregon. That's their big blemish. One little mistake like that can either cost you a possession, cost you a first down, or give up a first down to the other team. Could be the difference in these ball games because this is the best of the best. Like, I understand it's not 1 through 4 and what the people that put the polls out think that this is the best 4 teams. But I thought Notre Dame was good all year long. Even that Northern Illinois fluke loss, like, that's the only thing they're blemished by. Penn State, again, they beat everybody they need to beat. They just can't win big games like this one. We'll see it tonight. Ohio State, you already mentioned it. Man, they might be the best team in the country all year long. We just never gave them the respect. Minus Michigan and their rival where you throw out everything else. And I think Texas has got more pro players on their roster than anyone else in the country. All 4 of these teams are great. I'm glad it finally gets started here tonight.
I don't trust the Texas kicker.
Oh, no.
I know you hate kickers, but this guy, he choked big time against Arizona State.
I didn't want to bring him up, Dibs, but that's
he sent that game to overtime.
Every single one of these teams have a question mark at the K spot. A bunch of soccer players posing as football players. Oh, Notre Dame's got one as well. Man, there's some people that are going to be closing their eyes, crossing their fingers, and praying to their Lord that this kicker splits the uprights tonight and tomorrow.
Bert Auburn from Texas. He's 6 for 12 from 40 to 49 and 0 for 2 over 50 yards.
How is this possible? How is it possible that quarterback, we got 2 pros, possibly 2 pro bowlers? Maybe.
I think it's hard. I don't think kicking's easy at the college level because there's some teams they barely use them.
You can find them everywhere. And it's wild that we're transferring all over the place. Texas has more money than anyone else in the world to spend, and we forgot about paying the kicker. And we got this Burt guy. Bert.
Auburn. I told you that before, man. The guy's got the wrong last name for Texas.
Yeah, I know.
Even though they're in the SEC.
Bert. Yeah, good luck to everybody. I love this tournament, though. I'm glad it's finally here, and I don't complain one iota about matchups or home seeds or everything. I just complain a lot more when there's only 2 teams in a BCS.
Nah, listen, I love the format. I love the fact that they're going deeper now, where years ago they were like, oh no, they can't play that many more extra games, and they're student athletes and all this other nonsense, and then you sit there for 45 days in between bowls for the national championship, and you sometimes get really ugly games. I think we already proved that, hey, 1 week off for the bye teams, and you get bounced out of the tournament. So I'm sure all the bye teams want it changed, and they want to play in that first round next year.
So true. The other thing that's great about the first round teams, they got a home game. Well, the higher seed did. And
the higher seed.
I can only imagine, the gate money and everything else that those universities benefited from those 4 games that they got to host.
Agreed. Went over that stuff with Benedict. He blew my mind. I was like, wow, football's ridiculous.
Football's ridiculous, man. A lot of money.
A lot of money in basketball as well.
Yeah, a lot of money in basketball as well. That March Madness right around the corner. Let's talk about that next, man, because there's, not only UConn, there's some good teams that are around this area that could be making a noise in that tournament.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that Villanova is the last Big East team to give us a lot of trouble. So let's talk some NCAA hoops next on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell in your afternoon drive. Please stay warm, dress warm, take extra clothing and stuff when you're just driving around in case your car breaks down. I always think about that. If you have to stand on the side of the road or something, like with a flat tire or waiting for a wrecker to come help you out. So it feels like it's about 0 degrees outside with that wind. So we'll talk some NCAA here on a Thursday. We got Thursday football coming up tonight. Going to be a fun evening as well. It's Rob, Ben, Kurt, Alex. We'll be right back.